Hello, and a warm welcome today. I'm thrilled to share something with you that could genuinely transform how you experience your golden years. Have you ever noticed those men in their 70s or 80s who seem to defy time? They have this spark, sharp minds, active bodies, and a zest for life that makes you wonder what their secret is. And then there are others who, sadly, seem to fade too soon, becoming shadows of who they once were. What if I told you that one key difference might be hiding in a place we rarely talk about, a place society tells us to leave behind as we age? Yes, I'm talking about your relationship with your body, specifically the power of self-pleasure. Now, I know that might make some of you shift in your seats or raise an eyebrow. Trust me, I get it. It's a topic that's been wrapped in silence, especially for men of your generation. But as a doctor who has spent over a decade helping older adults reclaim their health, I'm here to tell you this isn't just about fleeting moments of joy. Science is showing us that staying connected to your sexual self could be a game changer for your brain, your heart, your spirit, everything that keeps you vibrant well past 80. This isn't about judgment or pressure. It's about freedom. It's about giving yourself permission to explore your body with curiosity and wonder, to rediscover what makes you feel alive. So, I invite you to stick with me today because we're going to unpack this together. I'll share the latest research, real stories from my patients, and a practical guide you can start using tonight, no matter your health or circumstances. Before we dive in, I'd love to hear from you. Drop a quick comment below and tell me where you're watching from. Are you in Chicago, Tokyo, Melbourne, or maybe a small town somewhere? And if you feel inspired by the end, let me know what you think. Your voice matters here. This is a conversation, not a lecture. So, let's break the silence together. Hit that play button, grab a cup of tea if you'd like, and let's explore how you can add not just years to your life, but life to your years. Let's start with a question I've asked myself countless times in my practice. Why do some men age with such vitality while others don't? As a doctor, I've seen it firsthand. Men in their late 70s hiking with their grandkids, solving crosswords faster than I can, laughing with a lightness that radiates health. And then there are others who, by 65, seem to have given up, not because they wanted, but because they've been told that's just how aging works. But here's the thing, it doesn't have to be that way. One of the most overlooked factors in how well we age is our connection to our sexual selves. Yes, I'm talking about self-pleasure, masturbation, a word that might feel awkward to say out loud, especially if you grew up in an era where it was hushed up or frowned upon. But let's set that aside for a moment and look at what science tells us. Your body isn't designed to shut down as you age, not your muscles, not your mind, and certainly not your capacity for pleasure. Here's how it works. When you engage in sexual activity, including self-pleasure, your body lights up in ways that go far beyond the moment. First, there's the hormonal cascade. You release testosterone, which keeps your muscles strong and your bones dense, crucial as we get older. Then there's oxytocin, often called the love hormone, which calms your nervous system and lowers stress. And don't forget endorphins, nature's painkillers that can ease everything from joint stiffness to a restless night. But it's not just about hormones. Every time you stimulate yourself, you're boosting blood flow. Think of it like a workout for your circulatory system. Blood rushes to your brain, keeping those neural pathways sharp. It flows to your heart, supporting cardiovascular health. And yes, it reaches your pelvic region, maintaining the tissues and muscles that keep you functioning down there. A longitudinal study from the University of Finland tracked men aged 55 to 75 over 5 years. Those who stayed sexually active, whether with a partner or solo, had significantly lower rates of heart disease and scored better on cognitive tests than those who didn't. Let me paint a picture for you. Imagine your body as a beautiful, intricate machine, one that's been running strong for decades. Now, if you stop oiling one of its key parts, what happens? It rusts, slows down, maybe even breaks. Your sexual health is like that oil. It keeps everything moving smoothly. When you let it sit unused, you're not just missing out on pleasure. You're letting vitality slip through your fingers. So, I'm curious, What's one thing you've noticed about your energy lately? Maybe you feel a bit more tired than you used to, or your focus isn't as crisp. Pop it in the comments below. I'd love to hear where you're at. Because here's the truth. You don't have to accept that as normal. In my clinic, I've seen men in their 80s turn things around just by reconnecting with their bodies. This isn't about chasing the past. It's about honoring the incredible person you are right now. Let's dig into why so many men step away from this and how it's holding them back more than they realize. Now, let's get real about why this vital part of life gets left behind. I've had countless conversations with men in my practice. Wonderful, strong men who've built families, careers, lives, and so many of them tell me the same thing. Dr. Laura, I just don't feel like that part of me matters anymore. It breaks my heart because it's not a choice they're making. It's a misunderstanding they've been handed. Maybe you've felt it too. Your desire isn't as spontaneous as it was at 30. Erections might take more effort or not happen the way they used to. And somewhere along the line you thought, well, I guess that's over. Or maybe it's deeper. Messages you've carried for decades. I've had patients say, my dad told me real men don't do that, or my church said it's wrong after a certain age. Society's subtle cues don't help either. Ads focus on youth. Doctors rarely ask about your sexual health past 50, and suddenly you're left feeling like this part of you has an expiration date. But here's what I tell every single one of them. That's a myth. Your body doesn't agree with it. And neither does science. The need for physical pleasure, for connection, whether with a partner or yourself, doesn't vanish. It's hardwired into us from cradle to grave. What changes isn't the need, it's how we express it. And when we stop expressing it, that's when the trouble starts. Let's talk about what happens when you disconnect. It's not just about missing out on a good time, though that's reason enough to care. Studies show that men who abandon sexual activity, including self-pleasure, face faster cognitive decline. Your brain thrives on those pleasure pathways. When they go quiet, it's like dimming the lights in a room you still need to use. Your immune system takes a hit too. Stress hormones rise without that natural release, leaving you more vulnerable to colds or worse. And your heart, cardiovascular issues creep up faster when blood flow isn't regularly encouraged. A 2019 review in the Journal of Sexual Medicine found that men who stay sexually active have lower all-cause mortality, meaning they live longer. Period. I'll never forget a patient of mine. Let's call him John. He was 72, a retired mechanic, tough as nails. He came to me because he felt off, tired, foggy, disconnected. We ran tests, adjusted his meds, but something was still missing. One day he opened up. Doc, I haven't felt like a man in years. I stopped everything after my wife passed. We talked about self-pleasure, not as a replacement, but as a way to care for himself. 6 months later, he walked in grinning, saying, I feel alive again. His blood pressure was down, his sleep was better, and he'd even started tinkering in his garage again. So, what's stopping you? Maybe it's privacy, living with kids or grandkids, or in a care facility. Maybe it's a health condition, diabetes, arthritis, meds that dampen desire. Or maybe it's just not knowing how to start after so long. I'd love to hear. What's one barrier you've faced? Drop it in the comments. No shame, just honesty. Because whatever it is, it's not the end of the story. Your body's adaptable, resilient, and ready to meet you halfway. I'm here to show you how. Let's dive into the science, because this isn't just feel-good talk, it's fact. How does self-pleasure actually keep you thriving? First, it's a circulation superstar. Every time you engage, you're sending a flood of oxygen-rich blood through your body. Downstairs, that keeps penile tissues healthy and flexible, crucial for erections, sure, but also for bladder control and prostate health. Speaking of which, research from Harvard found that men who ejaculate 21 times a month or more slash their prostate cancer risk by up to a third. That's not a small deal. Then there's the hormone party. When you reach orgasm or even just get aroused, your body releases endorphins, Those are your natural painkillers, easing everything from creaky knees to a nagging headache. Oxytocin floods in too, melting stress away and helping you drift off to sleep more easily. How many of you could use a better night's rest? And testosterone keeps pumping, supporting muscle mass and bone density, which we lose naturally as we age. A study from the University of California showed that regular sexual activity boosts neurohormones that protect brain tissue, potentially slowing memory loss or dementia. But it's not all physical. Your mind gets a lift too. Staying connected to your body fights off the blues. I've seen it in my patients. Men who feel detached often slip into isolation or depression. But when they reclaim this, it's like flipping a switch. They're more engaged, more themselves. One gentleman, a 68-year-old widower, told me, "Dr. Laura, I didn't realize how much I'd missed feeling human." That's what this is about. Not indulgence, but self-care, as vital as eating well or walking daily. Let's make it fun. What's one way you already take care of yourself? Maybe it's gardening, a morning coffee ritual, fixing up old cars. Could you see this fitting in like another piece of that puzzle? Share it below. I'm dying to know what keeps your spirit alive. Because this isn't about pressure. It's about curiosity, about letting your body surprise you. And I've got a plan to make it easy, safe, and tailored to you. All right, let's get hands-on, figuratively and literally. I've created the Restoration Method, a 5-step plan designed for men over 60 to bring self-pleasure back into your life, honoring the body you have today. This isn't about chasing your 20s or meeting some impossible standard. It's about meeting yourself with kindness and science. Try it 2 to 3 times a week and watch the magic unfold. Here's how it goes. Step 1. Preparation. Set the stage. Find a private spot, your bedroom, a quiet corner, wherever you feel safe. Lock the door, dim the lights, prop yourself up with pillows if your back needs support. Grab a high-quality lubricant. Silicone-based is my favorite for older skin. It's smoother, longer-lasting. Warm a quarter-sized dollop in your hands. This is your time. No rush, no interruptions. Just you and your body. Step 2. Relaxation. Close your eyes. Take 10 slow, deep breaths. Inhale for 4 seconds, exhale for 6. Feel the tension melt from your shoulders, your jaw, your legs. This isn't just prep. It's telling your nervous system, we're okay here. If your mind wanders, that's fine. Gently bring it back to your breath. Step 3. Awakening. Start exploring, not down there yet, but everywhere else. Run your hands lightly over your inner thighs, your lower belly, your chest. Notice what feels good now. Your body's different than it was, and that's beautiful. No goals, no judgment, just curiosity. Maybe your neck's more sensitive than you remember, or your arms tingle in a new way. Let it be a discovery. Step 4. Focus stimulation. Now move to direct touch with 3 techniques I've seen work wonders. The encompassing palm. Wrap your lubricated hand around your penis. Gentle pressure. Slow strokes up and down the shaft. It's about feeling, not forcing. Gland circulation. Use 2 fingers to trace small, firm circles around the head. Think of it like waking up the nerves with kindness. Root strengthening. Massage the base and perineum, that spot between your scrotum and anus, with moderate pressure. It boosts blood flow and strengthens pelvic muscles. Don't chase an erection or orgasm. Focus on sensation. If something feels good, linger there. Step 5. Integration. Pause. Breathe deeply. Feel the warmth in your body. Reflect for a moment. What did you notice? Appreciate yourself for showing up, not just for pleasure, but for your health. If you like, jot a note in a journal. Felt relaxed or tried something new. It's your private victory log. Ease into it. Week 1. Stick to the first 3 steps. Build comfort and awareness. Week 2. Add stimulation, keeping it light and exploratory. By week 3, go full circle, tweaking the timing to what feels best. Mid-morning, say 9 to 11 a.m. is ideal. Your testosterone's peaking then. Or try early evening, 5 to 7 p.m. if mornings are busy. Got arthritis? Do it after a warm shower, when joints are looser. On ED meds? Time it with their peak effect. What do you think? Could you carve out 30 minutes for this? What time of day feels doable? Let me know in the comments. I'm cheering you on to give it a shot and see what shifts. Before you start, let's dodge some common traps. First, don't expect every session to be a grand finale. Firm erections or big orgasms aren't the goal. Success is showing up, relaxing, feeling something good. Pressure kills pleasure. Your body senses it and tenses up. Second, don't do it once in a blue moon. Consistency is key, like brushing your teeth or stretching. Aim for 2 to 3 times a week to keep the benefits flowing. Third, don't rush. Older bodies love slow builds. Give yourself 30 to 45 minutes, not 5. Start with relaxation, ease into touch, let arousal grow naturally. Rushing leads to frustration, and we're not here for that. Fourth, don't fixate just on your genitals. Your whole body is a playground. Explore your thighs, nipples, anywhere that sparks a response. It's less pressure and more fun. The toughest one, shame. If it sneaks in, push back. Tell yourself, this is doctor approved. It's good for my heart, my mind, my soul. Write down the benefits: better sleep, sharper focus, less stress, and read them when doubt creeps in. I had a patient, Tom, 76, who'd blushed just talking about this. We worked through it together. 3 months later, he said, "Dr. Laura, I feel proud of myself again." What's one worry you might have about starting? Maybe it's time, privacy, or just feeling rusty. Share it below. I'll bet someone else is nodding along, and we'll sort it out together. So here we are. You've got the tools, the science, and the permission to reclaim your vitality. This isn't just about living longer. It's about living better. Waking up with energy, feeling connected to yourself, embracing every day with confidence. Start today, even just with step 1. Your future self will thank you for it. If this spoke to you, please hit that like button and subscribe. It's a small click that helps me bring this to more men who need it. Share it with a friend who'd appreciate the nudge. Sometimes the best gift is breaking the silence. And one last time, where are you watching from? What's your big takeaway? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one, and I can't wait to hear your story. Signing off from Health Haven. Here's to thriving, not just surviving. See you next time.